and this one's going to get me in trouble, but bear with me, this is coming from a good place. But this is my hot take. I have heard, especially recently, time and time again, many a time, women talk about how much they miss an alpha masculine man. And I want a man to come and do this for me and provide and take care of me, and I'm tired and I fell for the feminism and the working and I'm exhausted and I want to have kids, and that whole tune that we've been hearing. I've heard it a lot and I sympathize and I understand a lot and I empathize. But I seldom hear them say, and this is what I will give.
Never.
Daddy, can you relax? I'm on a roll here, okay? But I hear it a lot of what they want to receive, and I get it. But what are you gonna give, you know? And then when I ask them, it's always like, oh, I'll make him a home. Baby girl, do you even know what that entails? Do you know the dedication, the work, the commitment, the sacrifice, the selflessness that it takes to give a man a home, to give yourself a home? It's a lot of hard work.
Okay, at the end of the day, there's certain common expectations from women in Western relationships, okay? And they tend to be along the lines that men are going to be the providers. And that's been the established norm for a considerable amount of time. All right, okay, so that's the one thing, right? So they need to be a protector, they need to be a provider, they need to be loving, they need to be a good father, they need to go out and work, you know what I mean, whilst the other side tend to the nest more generally. So to summarize, there is an alpha and a submissive, basically. There's somebody who goes out there and tills the land, and there's the more submissive. Now, traditionally, that would be an older man who's gone about things in order to establish some form of estate where he can support a family. Then he would approach her dad and say, listen, I can take care of this woman as a dependent and future dependent in terms of a family. That is the tradition. And things are modern now, thankfully, but still there's remnants of there is an alpha provider and a submissive. When I say alpha, I'm not talking about Giga Chad. I'm just talking about a provider who's by definition will therefore lead, right? You can't have two alphas. You can't have two male roles in a heterosexual relationship, and that really is the bulk of most of these problems. Back to the start. All right, so if a lady wants the man to be a provider, then by definition she is a submissive and she receives these gifts from the alpha. But that alpha is going to have some expectations of a submissive if that's how she presents herself. And there is the crux of the matter. Now, if she goes in as an equal and pays her way, and those are her expectations, and she seeks out a man who also seeks her as an equal, happy days. We've got a modern balanced relationship going forwards where it's not about alpha and submissive, two equals. That is not what a lot of ladies are aiming for from the outset. They position themselves as submissive, but in no way want to be submissive and in no way want to be traditional. And when you match that up to modern day relationships and the repetitive problems that we see, I believe it mostly comes down to that. Let me know your thoughts.